Welcome to War India News Hour. COVID-19 has influenced the learning management system market and demand for next-gen LMS will increase. The global learning management system, that is LMS market size, is expected to reach $25.7 billion by 2025. The major growth drivers for the market are increasing the adoption of digital learning, growing inclination towards bringing your own device, that is BYOD, policy and enterprise mobility, extensive government initiatives for the growth of LMS, growing usage of artificial intelligence and machine learning in LMS is increasing the significance of e-learning in corporate and academic setups. However, low motivation and engagement by organizations may restrain the market growth. The demand is need for a cost-effective LMS to boost market growth. Businesses are increasingly looking for technologies to help them sail through these difficult times. Education industry professionals have been called on for their expertise to help executives make business decisions on how to respond to the new business challenges caused by the COVID-19 outbreak. Learning management system companies are also facing challenges related to less spending on non-essential items by enterprises. For instance, only Tier 1 educational institutions have been seen adopting new LMS solutions during the COVID-19 period, and small institutions are focusing more on collaboration tools for teaching. With the rising need for efficient LMS and the ongoing adoption of learning models such as flipped classrooms and CBE, the demand for next-gen LMS will increase further. Various reports have revealed that cyber attacks have increased at a significant rate post the COVID-19 pandemic. In such a scenario, ensuring the cybersecurity of e-learning systems has become paramount as corporates are increasingly using these systems to conduct training and development programs virtually. Let's look into today's headlines in War India. Elon Musk-led SpaceX successfully launches 60 Starlink satellites. SpaceX on Thursday successfully launched 60 Starlink satellites from its Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. The low Earth orbit spacecraft will provide connectivity for its globe-spanning high-bandwidth broadband internet network. The Falcon 9 first stage booster successfully returned to Earth, completing its fifth launch and landing. SpaceX has launched over 1,000 satellites to date and has also started beta testing its satellite internet in the US and the UK. 1,000 more mandis will be linked to national agriculture market, says Prime Minister. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday said that the government has taken several steps in the interest of farmers, including linking 1,000 more mandis to Electronic National Agriculture Market, that is eNAM, electronic trading portal in 21 states and union territories so far, with 1.69 crore farmers registered on it, and additional 1,000 mandis will be connected with this digital platform by next fiscal, further strengthening the wholesale markets. Privatization of 6 to 10 airports to begin from April. Ministry of Civil Aviation Secretary Pradeep Singh Kharola said State-Owned Airports Authority of India will begin the third stage of airport privatization process of about 6 to 10 airports in April. The government will use a new approach for privatizing airports, clubbing a profitable airport with a loss-making airport for the sale process, Kharola said. Airport Authority of India is examining the feasibility of giving a non-profitable airport and a profit-making airport as a package. We would see 6 to 10 airports being taken up, he said. Playing gambling games online will invite 2 years jail and Rs 10,000 fine in Tamil Nadu. Online games like rummy and poker involving betting shall invite imprisonment for up to 2 years or fine of Rs 10,000 or both, according to an amendment bill introduced in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu has banned online gaming involving winning or losing real money, wagering and betting on the internet. An ordinance by the governor said those found guilty will be fined Rs 5,000 and can be jailed for 6 months. Anyone caught running shops where people can play betting games online will be fined Rs 10,000 and jailed for up to 2 years. No online game is allowed to use electronic funds transfer, which can be used for betting, and there can be no prize money according to the ordinance. Niti Aayog working on second list of PSU disinvestment. After submission of the first list of PSUs for closure or sell-off to the government, Niti Aayog is now working on another list for disinvestment. Niti Aayog Vice Chairman Rajiv Kumar said the government's think tank will prepare the next list of public sector undertakings for disinvestment in the next few weeks. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, while presenting the budget, said that 2 public sector banks and 1 general insurance company will be disinvested in addition to Pawan, Air India and others. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited to develop pseudo-satellite that can fly unmanned for up to 3 months. The Hindustan Aeronautics Limited on Wednesday said that it is developing a futuristic high-altitude pseudo-satellite with a startup company, a first of its kind in the world. HAL Director Arup Chatterjee said that the satellite will be solar energized and become a big asset flying unmanned around 70,000 feet for about 2 to 3 months and taking information. In a leap in technology, the HAL will be teaming up unmanned aircraft and vehicles with manned jets similar to the US project of Skybrok. The project will strengthen the country's military strike capabilities. Delhi Chief Minister launches Switch Delhi campaign to promote electric vehicles. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal on Thursday launched the Switch Delhi campaign to promote electric vehicles and appealed to people to buy such vehicles to combat pollution in the city. Kejriwal said his government will hire only electric vehicles for various purposes in the next 6 weeks. He asked delivery chains and big companies, resident welfare associations, market associations, malls and cinema halls to promote electric vehicles and set up charging stations at their premises. A man loses Rs 30 lakhs to online friend in customs clearance scam. A Ghaziabad man allegedly lost nearly 30 lakhs to an online US friend. The victim claimed that on the pretext of sending him a bag with $1.5 million, the woman asked him money for customs clearance charges. Later on, 2 of her compliances posing as customs officials demanded more money for different clearances, duping him of Rs 29.97 lakhs. Airbus signs MOU with GMR Group to collaborate on aviation services in India. Airbus said GMR Group will team up to explore potential synergies in several strategic areas of aviation services, including maintenance, components, training, digital and airport services. The MOU was signed at Aero India 2021. As part of the MOU, Airbus and GMR will collaborate to explore a broad scope of aviation services both for commercial and military aircraft to benefit the entire aerospace ecosystem in the country. Mobile Premier League raises $95 million at $945 million valuation. Online gaming platform Mobile Premier League, that is MPL, on Thursday said it has raised a fresh $95 million in funding led by Composite Capital and Moore Strategic Ventures. The company's valuation now stands at $945 million. The investment, which is part of the company's Series D financial round, also saw participation from Base Partners, RTP Global, SIG, Go Ventures, Telestra Ventures, Founders Circle and Play Ventures. MPL had also recently raised $5 lakhs from its employees through an employee investment scheme. To conclude, the learning management system market is witnessing consistent growth owing to the increasing adoption of online learning tools and proliferation of the e-learning industry. Furthermore, extensive government initiatives for digitization of education infrastructure in respective countries and growing inclination towards bringing your own device, that is BYOD policy, has also contributed to the overall growth of the learning management system market. However, lack of skilled trainers and instructors and high cost of implementation may hinder the growth of this market to a certain extent. The exponential and demanding use of e-learning systems has become the prime and essential need of the current education and training environment. Despite this enormous growth and usage of e-learning systems, very little regard has been paid to ensuring its security from cyber criminals. Since these systems are accessed and managed by the use of the internet over unlimited use of networks, they are vulnerable to security concerns such as phishing attacks, system hacking, unauthorized access, tracking, stealing sensitive information, and modification of data and configurations. With this, let's wind up for the day. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. You can download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.